Halvorkens, I am Norwegian Pride, and in this video I want to let people know about a common problem in the trans community. Before we discover our identity, the reason why it takes so long for so many of us is that we are constantly told what to like, what not to like, and what to do and what not to do based on our genitals. When I was a kid, already in kindergarten, I remember that we were playing house and I always refused to be the mother. That wasn't even a thing that I would even consider being a mother. It was just automatically assumed that I would be the father or the kid, and then the kid would be a boy. Whenever we were playing like Lion King or dogs or anything like that, I would always be a boy. Every time we were playing, I was a boy. And in elementary school too, same thing with playing. And I remember kids were like coming up to me asking me, are you a boy or a girl, or do you prefer that we say he instead of she? And it is so amazing for me to think back at that, to think that, I mean, I saw them as big kids, but they were little kids, like 8, 9 years old probably, who realized my gender identity, and they were okay with it. They were actually saying he instead of she. And people also asked me if I wanted to have a gender change when I grew up, and I did say yes. That was the children. The grown-ups were not that open-minded about it. I'm not saying that they're bad people and that they wanted to force me into this wrong gender identity for me. But sadly, that's what they did. I always got girl toys even when I specifically asked for a certain toy. I got the girls' version of it. And I think the only boyish toy I had was a remote controlled car. And I remember I had actually asked for that for my birthday several years, and the response I got was, but aren't you a girl? Like, you can't have a remote controlled car because you're a girl. And that's so wrong. I mean, these were older family members, so, well, that's before we really work to get to live our true identity. But even after we start living in the gender that we want, that we need to be happy, people are going to the complete opposite side of the scale, because then they are suddenly like inspecting everything you do, and then they suddenly go like, oh no, you can't sit like that if you want to be a boy. Boys don't sit like that. Like they look at how you walk, how you talk, what you do for fun, and they'll call you out if you do something that is not completely stereotypical. And that is the big problem, because even if we want to be the gender we were not born with. It doesn't mean all trans guys want to be bodybuilders who chop wood with axes and that all trans girls want to be super skinny models with anorexia. That's not the case, because all people are different, and that also goes for transgender people. We're different, we like different stuff. There are cisgender heterosexual guys, teens and young adults who enjoys to look at My Little Ponies. They call themselves bronies, and that show is meant for like young girls. But these teenage guys are watching this and loving it and singing their songs and going all pony up, whatever that means. But nobody's forcing them to go through a gender change. If a guy likes another guy, he's not forced to go through a gender change. And one thing people criticize is that there are transgender people who, when they live as the gender they want, then they turn gay. Like there are lesbian trans women and there are gay trans guys. And people are criticizing that because why would you want to get a gender change just to become gay? And that's also a stereotypical thing, because there are gay cisgender people who likes being the gender they have. Being gay doesn't turn you transgender, and it's so, when you really think about it, you realize how stupid that is. Because gender identity and sexual orientation is two completely different things. It's like saying you can't be a hairdresser if you like to play games. It's the exact same thing. It's so silly, and I think actually it hits more on FtMs. I'm not sure. This is just what I think, because there is still sexism, a lot of it, and we who are transgender are the ones who really sees it. And men are still being seen as superior to women, which is entirely wrong. And it's not much, but it's enough that if you really look, you find it. And the problem MTF girls have is that when they go from being a man to being a woman, it's seen as going down the ladder. When a girl wants to be a boy, it's seen as going up the ladder. It's still kind of frowned upon, but MTFs have a bigger problem than FTMs. And then of course when FTMs does stuff or like stuff that is considered feminine, then it's taboo. It's suddenly very wrong and we have to fix this because this person isn't supposed to be like this. But who the fuck are you to say shit about anything? I'm not complaining over your likes or dislikes. If you are a man but actually doesn't enjoy like fixing your car, I don't care. I don't care. If you're a man who is a hairdresser, I don't care. You don't have to be gay or transgender to be a hairdresser. You can be the most macho guy in the world and still like working with hair. And you can be the most feminine girl in the world and want to work with being an electrician. I have a cousin who is female, cisgendered, heterosexual. Did I say feminine? I think it's feminine. And she's an electrician. So what? That's cool, and it's a good thing that people go against stereotypes. And there again, we have the thing with women and men being superior to each other, because she is, of course, welcome with open arms. It's so cool to have a girl there. But let's say if my male cousin wanted to be a hairdresser, and he's heterosexual and cisgender and male, but people would be asking like, are you gay or what? Because suddenly it's not okay to not be so stereotypical, and it's so stupid. Why can't people just be allowed to do what they want to do and be who they want to be? Because when you're transgender, you fight your entire life to be seen as the gender that you are inside. You go through years of psychology hell and years of operations, and you have to be placed on hormone treatments for your entire life. So the entire life is a fight for being who you really are. But we are stopping halfway because people aren't allowing us not to be stereotypical. Suddenly it's not okay. Things that would be okay for cisgender people, but when you're transgender, you have to be like 100% the perfect man or the perfect woman. Or else it's like, well, why do you even bother? Because you like to work with cars and you're a girl. Or it's a thing that really pisses me off sometimes, and I know it pisses off a lot of transgender people too. And I think most transgender people are strong enough to say that I don't care what you think, I will do what I want to do. But there might be some transgender people who are still trying to fit in, because that's what we want. We want to fit in, but we want to fit in our gender. And when you want to really work for fitting in, you end up doing what people tell you to do, even if that's not what you want. That people become extremely stereotypical when that's not really who they are. People are afraid to do what they want to do because they don't want people to go say, well, why did you transition if you're just gonna do something feminine or something masculine? And it's so incredible for me that people just are not capable of minding their own business. That it is so extremely important for this person you have never met before that you are like the perfect example of a man, but you're never gonna meet them again. Or if there are someone you will meet again, if they cannot accept you the way you are, then you don't need them. I am very lucky because I have an amazing family and amazing friends, and they support me and they're behind me, and even if some of them doesn't truly understand what I'm going through, I can't expect them to, because the feeling of being in the wrong gender is really an indescribable feeling. It's just the feeling of wrongness. And it's hard for other people to understand that. And I understand that they don't understand. But the way I am lucky is that even if some of them don't understand it, they still support me. They still want what's best for me. They still want me to be happy on my own premises. And in that way, I am so lucky. I know that there are so many transgenders who are being disowned. Even gay people are still being disowned by their parents, by their families. And if you do have that problem, if you are in a family that is unsupportive and not understanding, I know it is very hard. I know you hear basically your entire life that blood is thicker than water, but it's really not. If anyone is toxic to you, if anyone is causing you pain, either physical or mentally, you don't have to have them in your lives. Blood or not, it doesn't matter, because you can choose your own family. Your friends can be your family. Family members who do support you can be your family. You don't have to keep somebody in your life who are toxic to you just because they are related to you. That doesn't matter. In some level, we are all related anyway. And sometimes, just because a person is the reason why you are alive, if a person shoved you out their vagina or knocked up your mother, it doesn't mean that they have to be good parents. It only means that they are fertile. And that's just not enough. I'm getting kind of off topic here. Anyway, I don't want to make these videos too long. I'm guessing it's about 20 minutes now, I'm not really sure. But just to make a long ramble short, do what you want to do, no matter what your gender identity is. If there is something you want to do, something you enjoy doing, you do that and have fun with it. And if people are saying that you can't do that because you're a guy or because you're a girl, then tell them to go fuck themselves, because it has nothing to do with them. It's a great way to stop. Okay, so I'm gonna be uploading T-topic videos every Wednesday. I hope. I'm just gonna make sure to have enough topics to talk about. So if you want to get updated on all my T-topic videos, then please subscribe and add me on Facebook, Norwegian Pride, and like and share this video so I can reach out to more people. So thanks for watching, guys. I love organs.